Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Take a couple more minutes and check yourselves for breast cancer. Guys, it's not as prevalent in us as it is in women, but it still does affect us. So it's it's kind of easy to do. You feel something that's a little weird, talk to your doctor. Be proactive. Anyway, what are we doing here? Uh, the other day, CR Creative Redundancy did a shout out to me, which was fantastic. I really appreciate it, and I guess it's a kind of a shout out back to him. So, but I told him that I had a new kit running around in my head that I needed to get out, and I probably have it out in a couple days or a week or whatever. So I figured I better get off my fat tail end and dig all the stuff up and make up the kit. So we'll start out like this. This little pouch will go on a belt, or you strap it onto the molly or whatever. I'm not even sure where I picked it up at. It says Manfrotto or Manfrotto or something to that effect, but it fits these little boxes from the Dollar Tree. It would also fit like an Altoids Tin or something to that effect. These are just a little bigger than an Altoids Tin. So you get these 3 for $1 at Dollar Tree. Let's put that there. Bring y'all over here. Get you in view. Like I said, this comes from the Dollar Tree, and it seals very well with this gasket. First things first, we have a magnifying lens, Fresnel lens, solar fire starter. There is a small magnifying lens. This came from the eyeglass repair kit from the Dollar Tree. Also, way to start fire with solar. I have a small piece of hot glue. Once lit, this stuff will burn for a good amount of time. There are wooden matches in here. This is just a straw sealed at both ends. There are wooden matches and several strikers. Let's see. There's a piece of a crayon. Basically wax. Wax will, help start a fire. The paper. This will actually act as a candle or a long-term match. These little containers I got at Michael's. Man, I got yellow flies all over the place. This weather's driving me nuts. I got these little containers at Michael's. They're in the jewelry department, and they run, I don't remember, I think it's like $5 or something. You get like 10 or 12 of them in a package. This one is full of magnesium flakes. You hit that with a match or just sparks, and you've got a very hot burning fire. Probably enough in there to start 4 or 5 fires. I have a mini Bic lighter. It's got a safety strap on it made from a small cable tie, so you can't push the plunger down. There's a couple of feet of Gorilla Tape, about 1 inch wide. There's several, they're about 1 foot or 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet of black electrical tape. Both of those burn. They smoke really bad. There's also several feet of a waxed thread that I use for sewing. That will also burn in an emergency. This container has several cotton balls in it. These are coated with a antibiotic gel, which is also flammable. It gives it a dual purpose. This is a waxed cotton pad, basically a fire starting pad. I'm pretty sure I got this from Sweetest Nightmare. And in this little container we have permanganate of potassium permanganate, basically a dried iodine. Now, just a couple of grains of this, like the end of a matchstick in a liter of water, will sterilize the water. You only want it to be a light pink though. If it's much more than that, this stuff can be poisonous. So you have to be very careful. Know what you're doing before you use it to sterilize water, to purify water. But for starting fires, you can mix this, have a small pile down. You can mix it with glycerin or a couple of drops of antifreeze coolant out of your vehicle's radiator, or you can use sugar. Mix about 1/3 sugar to the potassium permanganate, and with friction, with using a stick against a rock or whatever, you grind this up, and it will ignite. It will start a fire. You can also, of course, strike a spark. Hopefully you can strike a spark. No, I shouldn't have tried that. Oh well, I'll try them again later. Strike a spark, it'll start the potassium. I have, of course, a striker, which apparently isn't a 90-degree edge on these ferrocerium rods. A couple of razor blades. I don't know, usually that works. There we go. Yeah, don't do it over top of all your fire stuff. I'll have to replace that. Replace that razor blade. And in here, I have aluminum foil for starting your fire on if the ground is damp. Of course, you can also use it for other things. Make a cup or a bowl or whatever to sterilize your water. That's about half of the sheet. This is a chip bag. And you get chips. And you wash the bag out and turn it inside out, and it's got this reflective material on it. This is not fireproof. In fact, it's kind of a plastic, a mylar. But if you need to carry water or whatever, it doesn't take up much space in the kit. So there's that. Come on now, back up here. There we go. All right. Get this all back together. Man, it's humid. We got that Hurricane Alberto churning out off of the Gulf, out in the Gulf. It's, I don't know, 1,000, 1,400 miles away or something, but we're all overcast and expecting rain for the next 2 days. Like, we really need that on top of the 11 days of rain we've already had. Bugs are loving it though. It's supposed to hit land like the far side of Florida, out on the end of the Panhandle. It's 600 miles away or something. So all we're going to get is some heavy-duty rain. But anyway, let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you want to share me around on your social media, that would be fandoculous. If you want to check out my Facebook, I'll have a link down below, along with some links to other videos that I've done for other kits, and of course Creative Redundancy's link to go check him out if you haven't checked him out already. This is a rough weekend for me. My little sister passed away 2 years ago. And it haunts me every day. Especially at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm used to getting her calls. If your loved ones are nearby, folks, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. Let them know you care. Seriously, you never know when you're not going to get another chance. It sucks. It really sucks. Until I see you all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.